It is with a heavy heart that we must announce that we have been forced to turn over the Sabla Guild Hall and all of its possessions within the hall to the State Grange. We received a demand letter this week from a law firm in Washington, D.C. with threat to take the Guild to court, including suing the individual officers. Unbeknownst to us, when we started to revive the Guild here in Magalia, there's been a long-standing legal battle between the Grange and the California Guild. Lawyers for the Guild have also moved, lawyers for the Grange have also moved against the Guild chapters in Lockwood, Meadow Vista, San Luis Obispo, Hoole, Fort Bragg, Inglenook, Redwood Valley, and Bennett Valley. Some of these chapters have directors and officers insurance, which will pay for their legal fees to fight back. We do not. Unfortunately, we do not have insurance, and we do not have the resources, either financially or emotionally, to fight this in court, even though we believe the community owns the Sabla Guild Hall property. Back in 1947, residents here bought the property and paid to build the hall itself. So we are taking this action under duress. Should a future court action prove that the Grange does not have a right to our property, we will demand that they return the Sabla Guild Hall to the community. We are turning over the keys to the building on Friday, tomorrow, August 30th at 10 a.m. They gave us 3 days' notice. 10 a.m. in the Raley's parking lot. We're turning the keys over to Lillian Booth, Secretary of the California State Grange. Everyone who paid for a Guild membership will be receiving a refund in the next couple days. Our original idea was to create a community center. This setback has not changed our commitment to creating a vibrant and active community center for all of us. The Board of Directors for the newly formed Upper Ridge Community Center has met. We're filing for a 501c3 status, and we're talking to Bob Fortino about leasing the recreation center at the golf course. We are resilient, and we will build anew. When do you want to go through the rest?
Let's just see if it's good. This is really hard. I'm the secretary and Janet's the treasurer. We're two of the officers who would be personally sued. And this is really, really hard. And the president is Nikki Lahoon, who's a young mother. They lost everything in the fire. Her husband is Stephen, who works at State Grange, if you know Stephen. And she just can't, this is it. She's like, I can't go to court. I have no money. They can't take me to court. So
the strategy here is we had a big conference call yesterday with Fort Bragg and Cool, and they have the money to fight. And the strategy is we're doing this before we go to court, so there's no precedent. There's no court precedent with us doing this. And when they take it to court, then they believe they will win based on the fact that all of these guild halls are run by the local community. We pay the taxes. We fix the roof. You know, the local community has paid for this. They believe they will win. At that point in time, then we can demand that the building be returned to the community. But in the meantime, we simply don't have the, I believe the word is bandwidth, to fight this. We simply don't have it. So does anyone have questions? We have a little bit of the history back here if folks want to understand, and Janet can read that in a minute if you want, between Grange and Guild, what happened. Yes?
I don't understand what right they think they have to take our Grange.
why don't you read? I'm going to have Janet answer that and then Ellen?
My question is, once they take it, could they sell that immediately?
Yes. Which,
Although there is a question about the deed.
Yes, turns out the deed was transferred from the Grange to the Guild in 2017. The actual grant deed went through a title process, so good luck selling it. You know. But Janet, go ahead and explain the history here. We have a synopsis.
This is just a summary of the history. When the original Sabla Hall was built by the community in 1947 under the Grange umbrella, the local members understood that the hall was By the 1980s, the National Grange made changes to the Grange bylaws to assert their final ownership over all the local halls all across the United States. Then in 2013, for a variety of reasons, the National Grange revoked the California State Grange Charter. While the issues related to this are complex and can be researched online, the bottom line is the leader of the California State Grange, who is democratically elected by the local Grange chapters in California, came into conflict with the National Grange leader. When the National Grange demanded his resignation and wanted to appoint a new leader, the local California Grange chapters objected to what they saw as an authoritarian overreach. The California State Grange, incorporated as a separate corporation entity in 1946, then renamed themselves the California Guild, while keeping their corporate status intact. There are 89 local halls in the California Guild. The National Grange has filed numerous suits, with the National Grange enacting almost 2,000 court actions against the California Guild since 2013. The last round is to sue individual chapters for their properties, and that's where we are.
When is the court date?
They have, there's numerous court dates. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Ellen.
Is the grant deed that was given to the Grange recorded?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they're gonna have a hard time selling it without clearing that up.
We hope so.
So there's some irony here. I just have to share this one little tiny detail. Fort Bragg has been trying to serve this Lillian Booth, who's the secretary, for a long time in a countersuit. So we're going to be serving her tomorrow when she picks up the key.
Yes,
Could they demolish the building
sure.
immediately?
But that would mean
No, it has a title.
They have to have
Yeah,
title.
there's a difference between selling and doing things to it. So there's
They don't have any